So, I highly encourage you to write things down, take notes. My suggestion is to take as many notes as necessary to replicate this session to someone else tomorrow. All right, I speak in a very conversational manner. So because of that, you're not going to think about writing things down. You're going to be thinking, oh yeah, I do that at the bar. Or oh yeah, I do that when I'm merging into traffic. Yeah, you'll forget things, I promise you. So write it down. All right, we also train a lot in stories. Why do we train in stories? Nothing transfers enthusiasm more than a story. You know, how many of you have been on Sam's Power Sports Garage? Yeah, tell me a lesson that's on there. Now, how do you remember the details? How is it that out of 400 plus videos on that website, you can remember the details of that particular session? It's because stories are memorable. Life's all about stories. You know, you get home, you talk to the kids, and you say, hey, tell me a story about school today. Or you're out at the bar with your buddies, you know, what's happening there? You're drinking and telling stories. Embellished ones, but stories, right? So, stories are memorable. You know, nothing brings out enthusiasm out of somebody like telling a story. You know, evoking stories out of people creates enthusiasm. Life's all about stories, all right? So, I want you to take these four numbers and write them across horizontally. Let me put 10, 30, 50, 70 across your page. All right? This is the amount of information you'll retain with note-taking. So, what's 10%? 10% is not taking any notes at all. So you just show up here today and you're just going to sit here and listen and spend the next 8 hours just listening. And you know what I think about the people who didn't bring a notepad today? Like, you're really in this for the long haul. Or you got sent here today not because you want to be here. Okay? Or my ego kicks in and I think, oh yeah, well this guy's going to suck so bad for the next 8 hours, I'm not going to learn anything worth writing down. So, 30%. What's the 30%? 30% is the act of writing things down. All right, just the act of writing it down, you will retain 30% of the information you learn here today. All right, so just pen to paper. That's all it takes, 30% of the information. 50%, what's the 50%? 50% is reviewing your notes. All right, so a lot of you are going to take lots of notes today. You're going to go home and you're going to start spouting out to everybody what you learned today. You're like, oh, we had a great session with Ricky. You know, he told us all this stuff, and you're going to start spouting off the 30% that you remember because you wrote it down. You know, and you're going to take that nice notepad full of ideas and great knowledge, and you're going to stick it in your drawer. And you get caught back in the swirl. And fast forward to the winter time. And you're going to say, oh, I'm going to clean out my desk. And what do you find in there? Notebook full of notes from Ricky. You're like, hey, that was a great idea. Remember we learned this? Oh, yeah, we should have done that 6 months ago when we learned it and implemented something. So, 50% of the information you'll retain just by reviewing the notes that you took today. So what's the 70% of information? 70% is the ability to take those notes and train someone else on those tomorrow. All right, anyone, just train anyone. You can train a mirror, train yourself on the phone, train your spouse, your kid, your dog, I don't care. Just the act of training anyone will help you retain 70% of the information you learn. All right? So my question to you is the notes and the availability and the writing down that you do, is it clear enough and good enough that you can do that tomorrow?